Is it parking while black now? Are you embarrassed to be with your mom?
I separate family and spectators.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Hardy. Mr. Hardy, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Shh. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On November 22nd, 2024, the officer observed the defendant's vehicle parked more than 18 inches from a curb on a public roadway in the right lane of a two-way road in Harris County, Texas. While the officer ran the motor vehicle, the passenger side door opened, a black female exited, and the female approached the patrol vehicle. The officer made contact with the female and observed a strong odor of marijuana emanating from the female. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle, and observed a strong odor of marijuana and had the defendant exit the motor vehicle. A PC search was conducted and the officer located 3.5 in the driver's side door and one blue package with Oops All Berry on the front containing green leafy substance on the rear driver's side floorboard, one red package with Fruity Pebbles on the front containing a green leafy substance in the back seat, and two clear plastic baggies containing green leafy substance under the front right passenger seat. The officer also observed one burnt marijuana cigar behind the front passenger seat and one small chunk of loose green leafy substance in between the driver's seat and the door. The green leafy substance was identified as marijuana based on training experience, and the weight was 54 grams or 1.9 ounces.
Wait, what? That was wrong?
So he was parked more than 18 inches from the curb on the right lane of a two-way road. So
How
he was out.
on earth are you going to know that you're parking more than 18 inches? What time of day or night was this?
Your Honor.
Is it parking while black now? Come on.
Yeah.
Your Honor, there's no time listed. It just says the officer was on patrol around the 3518 block of Arbor Glen Drive when he observed the vehicle parked more than 18 inches from the curb.
And so he goes up to the car because of that?
No, Your Honor, a female passenger side exited the passenger side and approached their vehicle, and he observed a marijuana from the
because he comes up to them. Right? Stop. Are you losing?
The officer wrote as he ran the vehicle, presumably the license plate.
Right, he pulls him over.
They were already parked on the side of the road 18 inches from the curb, and he came, I guess, parked behind, and he was running the vehicle, and then the passenger side door opened, a black female exited and approached his vehicle, the patrol vehicle, and he observed an odor of marijuana on the female, and then he made contact with the driver, where he observed marijuana odor in the vehicle. So the female approached the patrol vehicle.
Show me in the penal code that code. What is the penal code for that?
Regarding the 18 inches from the curb, sir, is that the issue of what we're talking about?
Yeah, because they come to him because he comes to them. Right, they're just parked. He comes to them. It's got to be a transportation code, not penal code, you know?
And Your Honor, regarding the timeline of events, it does appear that when they were parked that distance away, which could be arguably further, I don't know what it looked like at that time, but the female passenger is the one who exited first, and that was before officers ever made contact with them. So I don't know if you were thinking that the officers approached them first, but I just wanted to clarify that she approached first.
What time of day or night was this?
I'm trying to see that, Your Honor, in a second. It's at 4 in the morning.
And Your Honor, I
4 in the
found,
morning.
4:30 a.m.
And you can delineate at 4 in the morning that parking 18 inches from a curb.
and I found the regulation, the statute in the transportation code where it says you have to park within 18 inches.
At 4 in the morning, you can tell.
Your Honor, the officer was, yes.
I don't think so. All right, I'm going to find no probable cause.
Yes,
All right.
Judge.
Guys, be careful, right? You know, they're always out there. Just be careful. Do something with your life. Knowledge is power. Get into school, get an education, do something with your life. Life is hard as it is. And it only gets more difficult the older you get. All right? Okay, guys, please.
And we'll be sure to call the officer on this case to
Whatever you need.
understand why he did, in fact, pull them over for this amount of space.
Good morning, Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, you stand charged with the offense of terroristic threat of a family or a household member. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. I have a lawyer here that's representing you now. She's on Zoom. It's Ms. Gooch, so that you know you're not alone.
Yes, Judge. On December 29, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a disturbance involving a weapon at an apartment in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the complainant. The complainant stated she and the defendant are in a dating relationship. She left the club with a witness and she received a call from the defendant asking where she was at. The defendant was upset because she was not at the apartment when he was there.
So hold on. Don't look at his computer.
And the defendant was texting her that she better not be at the apartment, as that would be her best bet after he walked to the club and the complainant wasn't there. The complainant stated when she returned to the apartment, she observed the defendant walking towards the motor vehicle she was in with a black metal object in his hand, banging on the window of the motor vehicle. The defendant told the complainant to get out of the motor vehicle or he was going to drag her ass out. The complainant felt threatened and called the officers. The defendant sent text messages to the complainant reading, "It's cool because whenever I catch you, I promise you on my life, bitch, I'm gonna show you. You can think I'm bullshitting. Let that bum ass have you. Y'all made for each other on my mama. So I'm telling you to stay where you at for real. But whenever you come here, bitch, you better have backup because I'm gonna go drag you, bitch."
Warrior, I brought him out, and the reason I did was because my concern is that your bond is now set at $10,000. There's got to be a reason, because nearly everybody now gets either a PR bond or a general order bond, and I'm curious, and I wonder why they didn't give you a bond. So I'm going to read now what the magistrate said. I don't know what these acronyms are. It says FA:LLHC, race, caretaker for disabled mom, independent contractor, receives government benefits, indigent, defendant allegedly had a black metal object in his hand and threatened to drag complaining witness girlfriend out of the vehicle before punching the car window. Defendant also allegedly sent text messages to witness stating that he would punch complaining witness, quote unquote, dead in her shit on his mama, unquote. Criminal history, interference with the request for emergency assistance, 8/24, same complaining witness, dismissed, assault of a family member, impeding breath, 2021, same complaining witness, and other criminal history. I find by clear and convincing evidence that there are no non-financial conditions of bond that will suffice to reasonably assure public safety for the following reasons. This defendant's numerous prior incarcerations and history of violence have not deterred this defendant from engaging in criminal conduct involving the same complaining witness. Bond conditions are not likely to be a deterrent, so a high bond is necessary in this case. This is why you were not given a PR bond. And don't say anything. I want you to talk to your lawyer before you say anything. I've got a bunch of DAs here. Everything you say, they're going to sit there and they're going to type it to use and prove guilt. So it's just best not to. My only problem, and I want you to understand that my only concern, Mr. Williams, is public safety. That's the only thing I care about in this life, right?
Well, we no longer have no dealings with each other. I already got my stuff packed.
Stop. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to justify. I just want you to know that
I understand.
I don't know if you're going to bond out, but if you do, I'm going to put a monitor on your ankle prior to your release so I know where you are. and I don't want you to have any contact with this person.
There was no way I could get a PR bug.
There's a protective order that's been issued in this case. I would get to know it because if you violate this protective order, the state can file a violation of a protective order, and that is the capital murder misdemeanors. You pick up a VPO, we are really deep, you know what. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have you put back. I'm going to have Lori reach out to you so you guys can talk, and then she can come back and tell me how we move forward. Okay? And then we'll go from there. Please.